Hello, it's Mike here on a slightly chilly day in early April up in New England. And in late December, I ordered a RV, a Class B from Coachmen. They're Beyond model 22C with the lithium batteries. And now I've been waiting for it. So at some point, I'm gonna collect it. That was supposed to be mid-May, but it's been pushed out to August, September because the manufacturer couldn't get the vans from Ford, but I've heard they might get a few in, so who knows when I'll get it. What I'm talking about in today's video is what I'm going to do when I collect the RV. And really, it's more of an inspection than it is a collection. And I have a saucepan full of things that I'm going to bring to the inspection slash collection. And what I'm going to do is go through what I'm bringing and how I intend to do the checkout. Now, although Coachmen is a good manufacturer, they have a good quality reputation, as of course does Ford with their transit vans. Things do get damaged and manufactured incorrectly and not picked up. It's kind of like buying a house. You're really buying a mini house on wheels. So it is important to check things out before you hand over your well-earned money for it. So I'm going to go through what I intend to check. And I want to give thanks to people on the Coachmen Facebook group. Most of the things on the checklist I've gleaned from them and their checklists, and also from other YouTubers. And I've kind of put together what I think is appropriate. So the things I'm bringing are tire pressure gauge, a cup to check the microwave works, a checker for the electric outlets, the 110 outlets, to make sure they work properly, a USB device. This happens to be the cable for my GPS watch. Oh, just dropped the outlet tester, but it's pretty stable, so it won't break. And a saucepan to check the induction cooker works. So obviously it's got to be an induction capable cooker pot. And I've also bought, but haven't yet received, a drinking water specific hose. That would be a 0G hose, so I'm waiting on that. Should get that in a few days. Maybe even before I publish this video, I will get it and slot it in. So here we are, a few days in the future, and I have the drinking hose. As you can see, it's a nice blue one. Collapses down pretty small. This is a 25-foot hose, so it's what I wanted. Now back to the previous past. So that's what I'm going to bring. I do want to know if I'm missing something. Let me know in the comments below. Of course, I'm also going to bring along the money. I'll have insured the RV before I go to collect it, and I'm bringing the checklist itself. So let's get started. The checklist, I've got a few different categories for things. So the first one is the Ford chassis. So these are things that are really the responsibility of the vehicle manufacturer Ford rather than the RV manufacturer Coachmen. So let's dive into what they are. Going to check that it drives okay. I'm just going to do a fairly short test, and then the backup camera, make sure that works. Then the seats, make sure that both the seats rotate. Take a good look outside at the paint, make sure there's no scratches, and the windshield as well. Check the Sirius XM radio. Use my tire pressure gauge to check the tire pressure for the front and rear tires. The tire gauge I got is a Tire Tech Truck Pro Heavy Duty Extended Tire Pressure Gauge. Didn't come with any instructions, so I didn't know what this button on the side did, but I was able to look it up, and it's the release valve. I've used quite a few tire gauges in my time, and this one's very sturdy, and I really like it. So let's just practice using it on my Subaru. Now the reason I need the extended pressure gauge is because the Ford Transit van is dual rear wheels, which means I have to get the pressure from the outside tire and the inside tire, which you get by sticking it through the gap. So let's look into this. All right, here we go. And you can see the tire pressure there, and pushing the release button sets it back down to 0. Of course, if you push the release button while you have it engaged with the tire, you'll be letting air out of the tire, and hopefully that would have been your intention. So there we have it, nice little tire gauge. Confirm the exhaust pipe isn't loose. 1 or 2 people have had problems with that. Learn how the propane tank works. And the bike rack, just make sure that opens and closes properly. I don't need to put a bike on it while I'm at the collection site. That's it. So with the Ford chassis checks done, the next thing is the interior mechanics, like the shelving, the drawers, the carpets, and so on. So let's take a look at what those are. Here's what I think this list consists of: making sure the couch reclines, the side window plates are okay, the sliding screen door is working fine, make sure the screen of the back door works, check all the cabinets, open and close them, flooring, make sure there's no rips and it looks okay, the couch fabric also check for rips, and the wall and ceiling fabric, make sure there's no sagging in any of that, and just generally look at interior walls, and inside the wet bath, check all the seals there. I'll also want to make sure that all the pieces are coming with the van. The sink top cover, the table, all the cushions to make the bed, in addition to all the various manuals. Now with the chassis and the interior mechanics, there's the plumbing, which is fairly complicated, and quite a few things need to be checked out pretty carefully there. So let's take a look at what I'm going to check, what I'm hoping to check there. Time to get wet. Let's fill up the freshwater tank until I see the overflow working. That would be using the drinking water hose I bought if I don't have one there already. And just check the tank levels, learn how this Firefly Integration Control Center works. Then opening the Galleon laboratory faucets to fill the grey tank. That's also going to confirm some of the electrics work, because it'll make sure the water pump works. Flushing the toilet to get the black tank filled up a bit. Testing the outdoor shower and making sure there's no obvious leaks anywhere with any of this. Emptying the grey and the black tanks, learn how to do that, get a bit of practice with that, along with the black tank flush. And hopefully we don't get too wet doing all of that. And then finally we have the electrical system, which is both battery driven and driven from shore power, so it's important to check both those types of power source are working, and also the solar charges from the solar panels are working as well. So let's take a look at what that list looks like. All right, so this is a long list. Find out where the battery location is for the RV. Make sure the solar panel is plugged in. I did read one case where a user found that their solar panel wasn't actually plugged in properly or at all. Find out where the circuit breaker panel and fuses are, so I know where to go if something pops. Make sure the solar panels are working. Even on a dull day, there should be some charge coming through from them. So as part of that, understand how the solar charge controller works, learn how the inverter control panel works, check all the lights work, check the fridge and the freezer, check the TV, check the entertainment system. Oh, and I should bring a DVD for that. Check that the Truma device, which is a combination of the heater and hot water heater, works. Check the air conditioner works. I'm getting a 12-volt air conditioner, so I don't need to check that with shore power. Either battery or shore power is fine. Check the ventilation fan works for the ceiling. The induction cooker, that's where I'll use the pan that I bring. The microwave, check that works, that's why I'm bringing a cup. Check all the 110-volt outlets using the outlet tester I bought, and make sure they all work both with shore power connected and with shore power disconnected running off the battery. So the 120-volt outlet tester is a Sperry device. It's is it a GFI 6302 outlet tester. It's pretty simple to use. Just plug it in, and if everything's fine, you get 2 orange lights. And if you don't get 2 orange lights, you get some other combination. It will tell you what is wrong with it. So it's as simple as that. And it's got a GFCI test button as well on the top here. Test all the USB outlets. That's why I'm bringing a USB device with a cord, probably my phone or my watch. And then the last two are the propane to CO alarm and the Wi-Fi Ranger. I'm not quite sure how to check those. Maybe I'll just be able to check that they've got power. So that's it for the electrics. Well, so if I managed to get through that checklist successfully, the dealer showed me how things work. I have no idea how long that's going to take. Then I hand them the money and I drive off. And that's it. Hopefully I'll have many years of happy travels with it. So, like I said at the beginning, if you see something missing, something I should be doing that I'm not doing, or should be bringing that I'm not bringing, please put it in the comments below. Otherwise, that's it for now. I'll put this list in the description below together with a link to the complete checklist. If you want to follow along, just sign up for my YouTube channel called Mike the Rambler. And bye for now.